Turtle Island face ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Turtle Island face ass niggas. Tiberian face ass niggas. Moroccan face ass niggas. Negro ass niggas. Divine bloodline ass niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Live from the plantation, nigga. To my niggas. Yeah. Nigga with attitude, yeah. Nigga with attitude. Boy, my nigga goddamn, that nigga ain't no scientist. Nigga, you is a motherfucking scientist, nigga. You all that shit rolling in one. Archaeologist, scientist, my nigga was true now. You know what I'm talking about? Astronomer, alchemist, you all that shit. Well, you don't even know who you is, boy. You all that shit rolling in one. You for what fraction of this shit you teaching? You teaching it all in one, because all of it is all in one. You doing that shit. You dropping science. You dropping the melanated science on their ass. The yin.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Powder Springs Street Southwest.
Before ox and a lift and an A, before alphabet nigga existence came into being.
Turn right onto Powder Springs Street Southwest.
You know what I'm talking about? It was the circle first, then they throw the dot in that bitch. That's what you see all them fucking with that circle. The O that's being omitted. Niggas omitting the sun out this shit. Once you add the sun back to the shit, you got the full pulse. You know, all you gotta do is go back to the knowledge of it. That's where your knowledge come from. The energy rings, the vibrations, the frequencies, the life, whatever you call it, they're coming from existence. The O. The Orion, the Osiris, they're gonna keep that O in that bitch. They gonna keep that O in that bitch. They got to keep the O in that bitch because that's where it come from. See? They got to keep the O in that bitch because that's where it come from. That's where they try to come up, the O. They try to become the O. And become the power and become the God. They got to kill the gods to become God. They tell you the gods come from the west, then they tell you the gods are in the west dead. They done took your position. Now they the gods. Now they giving God's word, like they believe in monotheism. One God who? The existence come through the O. The portal back to they can't go. They ain't got a pineal gland. I just showed y'all that. Their pineal gland is calcified. They grow horns out their forehead. God can't talk to them. Not yours, not the God of nature. I ain't talking to them. That's why they can't stand it. That's why they don't want you to know nothing about it. Shit, the O is the circle, the 360 degrees of knowledge. That's why knowledge 360. 360 degrees of knowledge come from the sun. You look at it, you'll see the energy rings coming down here, right on your pineal gland. That's your antenna. That's where your intelligence, that's how he speak to you. He ain't spoke to you in linguistics. He spoke through the knowledge of the sun and knowing what it do, knowing what it does, the light of the world. See y'all want to omit that. I ain't gonna let y'all omit that because that's one of the most important pieces of the puzzle. But this is what they trying to goddamn hide you from. These motherfuckers are lunatics. They don't like the sun. They don't like nature. They like what nature brings though. Yeah, they like the taste of that fruit. They don't like dealing with nature and divine principles and laws that comes with nature. They don't like that bullshit. So they got to kill the gods to become the gods. And see, their God is all about profit, economics, profiting off your God, profiting off nature's God. All this shit supposed to be free, nigga. They don't supposed to be paying for no motherfucking water. They don't supposed to be paying for no motherfucking lights. But y'all got that little convenience, the convenience of turning that light switch on. This shit so convenient. So you can fell in love with that shit, but you can do that shit for yourself. Cause that's the knowledge that your ancestors had, bro. I'ma show you. I'ma drop a video so hard that my nigga My nigga Truth just showed you what I've been saying the whole time. Tesla has tapped into that free energy. Tesla, tell her, the tell her, the ability to goddamn send information so far with using the atmospheric energies, wireless communication. That's Tesla. That's Tesla. Wireless communication. You already had that, bro. Everything these motherfuckers talking about ain't shit. They just took it and goddamn profiting off of it. The greed of power. You gave them the knowledge of the power in the apple, and they took it and made it profitable. And turned the whole world and system into an economic system. Global economy is who we at with it now. Global economy. Global profit off the knowledge. The power was in the knowledge at first. That's why you had the power. That's why you was the God, because you had the knowledge. You had the power. And you was sharing it. You was giving it away freely. And they seeing how they can profit off this shit. Get rid of the gods, and we become the gods, and we make the gods pay us, and we make the true gods pay us forever. And use they motherland for the resources. Hide the technology from them. And it's probably so simple. Because it was there. True just broke the goddamn code so hard to show me that free energy came from right over here. Cause I know they was them goddamn pyramids over there in Egypt was goddamn power sources. By the water shell. I told y'all this shit. The water shells up under them. When they open them water shells up, they create energy. That's when I started studying water being a great conductor of energy. When they said that Hoover Dam was gonna bring a lot of energy to a lot of places, I said, oh, so water got a whole lot to do with it. I just used my common sense on there. Just like I knew them damn big ass, heavy ass stones being levitated into place. He talked about graphite and the earth's materials. See, we knew about the earth's materials long tens of thousands of years ago, man. Tens of thousands of years ago. And we ain't take this shit around the world, we took this shit across the world. Because the other side of the world is just right across the Atlantic. What the fuck you gotta go around the world for? You just go straight across the face of the earth, on the water. That's the importance of them trying to keep you on the motherfucking planet and all that dumb shit. You gotta go, ain't got everybody circumnavigate no goddamn water behind the goddamn water ball sideways and all that dumb ass shit. All that shit bullshit. Everything we got from this is bullshit. They hired you to be the one with the knowledge and the power. And they took your knowledge, took your power, and started sending it back to you. And that's why you got goddamn Georgia power, Kentucky power, all these power places that you gotta pay for these lights. Then you start paying, you gotta pay for goddamn the water. Natural resources, you gotta pay for it now. Because they become the gods and you listen to them. They say. I don't give a fuck about what they say. Telecommunication, that's why I use that television. That's why I started watching TV for so long, man. Because I knew it was their portal to goddamn fuck us around. To get their energy in everybody's face, everybody's homes, and keep their energy and their rhetoric and they jargon in our face. So we'll forget who the fuck we is. That's the importance of the television. That's why they got real Tesla. And I'm gonna show this video in a little while. My nigga just dropped a video showing what I've been telling y'all. Tesla had tapped into free energy. Tesla had tapped into free energy. They couldn't afford. Why you think they told me it was a military conflict, like he was creating a nuclear bomb? That's why I know that nuclear shit bullshit. That ain't had nothing to do with no nuke. That man was tapping into free energy. And they know they gonna profit off the free energy, off the knowledge that you brought all over the world, all across the world. You ain't do nothing but go across the Atlantic. From the south, southern end, from the midway, and to the top of that bitch. You ain't did never go across the Atlantic. How you goddamn circumnavigating around the world? How you doing to go across the Atlantic? Running straight into the island, rest of that shit. Mediterranean shit, all that shit. There was niggas all over that bitch. Y'all see that goddamn thumbnail? That's the original Briton that sits right over there close to Ireland, if not in Ireland. That's why I told you when I first got here, they dropped the Atlantic right here, bro. The Atlantis, all that space shit, all that bullshit, they dropped the Atlantis right there. And that's why that island, that's why the British islands are so royal, because they did the most dominating to the most dominating motherfucking factors it was, the Atlantis. The Atlantic. See? And that's where they dropped them in that water. And that's the most closest thing. That's why I know that's where the Atlanteans are located. They dropped so many motherfucking Negroes in that water right there.
Go past this light. Then, at the next one, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Cherokee Street Northeast.
Right next to what goddamn I told you, Italy and Tuscany. What you think on the other side over there? What you think on the other side of where they created that pole, where they united and made their union at and started creating that fake ass North Pole? Britain, the North, and they most sacred royal islands is Scotland and Ireland. And they had that land hibernating and shit. The name of that motherfucker was Hibernate or some shit. You know what I got out that motherfucker? I said hibernate. They got this land hibernate for a reason. They did some damage right here. They ain't had time to goddamn get off into it. They want to hide that land for a little while until they goddamn come back and name that motherfucker Ireland.
At the light, turn left onto Cherokee Street Northeast.
Those are Royal British Islands. Them Irish try to act like they just suffered and did it. Oh man, y'all the motherfuckers wanted to talk about the pygmy. I told you that pygmy, that's how they copied the pygmy style from the goddamn African when they started dropping their signs. That's how they took the pygmy. You know what I'm saying? Little Boston Celtics out there with their little 4-leaf clover, all that shit there. Y'all love the 4-leaf clover there. That's their little pygmy. That's how they took the pygmy shit. At the beginning of the Nile with God Happy, where God Happy was the goddamn pygmy. That's Egypt shit. We started at the beginning of the Nile. What the beginning of the Nile? They down over here in Mississippi, some motherfucking well. Name that bitch Nachar. That's the name of the Mississippi River. That's the name of the Nile River. That's the name of the Nile River. That's the original name. I'm gonna play this goddamn video. We're gonna watch this motherfucker while I'm on the plantation 2 days. Watch what I tell you. I'm gonna show you. So when you goddamn dealing with Eber supposed to be a great grandson or a grandson of Noah, Northwest, Noah. No wise. But they beast. Eber. When you translate that motherfucker into Hebrew, it's ever. Everlasting. Ever. And when you do an olam, that's the O. You gonna have the O. That's the O always be here because it's the sun. Everlasting O. You gonna skip that olam. See, I don't even know this Hebrew language so much. I'm just starting to goddamn fuck with it. But that's olam, olim. That's eternal life.
In half a mile, use the right lane to take the I-75 north ramp to I-575, Georgia 5.
The sun gonna still be doing what it's supposed to do. That's the O. That's 360 degrees of knowledge right there. That's the knowledge. That's where you get your knowledge from. That's where you get your motherfucking knowledge from. And then they drop a dot. Truth always talking about that circle with the dot. The circle with the dot. You drop the dot in it, and then you got the father on it. Now you got the son and the father right there. This how they corrupted it. Now you got your father inside of it. Fed me trying to tell y'all about what energy and life and existence and all that shit come from. The light of the world. The light of the world.
Use the right lane to take the I-75 north ramp.
And when they drop that dot in that bitch, the next thing you're gonna get is a radius.
Continue for half a mile.
You get an O, you get a dot, and then you get your distance from the.
In half a mile, slide left onto the I-75 north ramp to I-575, Georgia 5.
Herodotus and all this raw shit. Know where all that comes.
Continue on Canton Road, Con Northeast for 2 miles.
See what I'm talking about? The radius, that's where you get it from. That's where the raw comes from. But it's always the I-N. The I-N means I. So this is the sun is the all-seeing eye. Why you think they got all them sun rays coming from the triangle on the dollar bill? Why you think they got all them sun rays around the eye? Because the all-seeing eye is the one that knows us all. The one that see about us all. It is the sun. That's how you and I all seeing that. But anyway, moving right along, you know what I'm talking about? Eber, crossover. Eber means a crossover. Crossover from where? He ain't crossed over from no goddamn Mediterranean. He crossed over the Atlantic. This is what they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide the Americans. Where he crossed over from. Eber. The knowledge of Eber. Eber is the beginning. But it really means Eber. Destiny. Take you right back to the sun. And then you're going to begin alphabets. Before alphabet. You gotta get the sun. It's just to get the complete thoughts of this shit out in your mind, bro. Then the alphabet comes. Then the gods create the alphabet and the word. In the beginning, the gods had the word. So they had to kill you as being the gods so they can become the gods. And they the gods of economics. Global economics. Selling your shit you was getting, or what you was getting while it's away free. You didn't charge nobody for the apple. You just gave them the apple. You just gave them the knowledge. Then the serpent and all that shit become evil in their stories. That's you. That's you. Eber. Turtle Island face ass niggas. I'm just trying to let you niggas know who you is, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to let you niggas know who we is. All we gotta do is disconnect and let these bitches know we know who we is and make these hoes get the fuck on off our shit, especially them goddamn Native Americans. We the ones that had the power, man. The power Tesla goddamn even the Bronze Age. My nigga gonna break the Bronze Age down. Nigga, we created the bronze. How could we not be the fathers of the Bronze Age and we created bronze? Did y'all hear what I said? Did y'all hear what I said? We created the bronze. I'm gonna show you today. My nigga, man, shout out to my nigga, we know the truth. Now, nigga, you is a science, you all that shit. We created bronze, man. So how Samaria and Egypt become the motherfucking pioneers of the Bronze Age, and they had to get the shit from us. The Phoenicians took bronze and copper over there to them hoes. That's our bloodline. The Phoenicians are Negroes. Negroes, turtle face. I'm gonna start calling our ass turtle face. Turtle Island type, very ass type niggas from over here on this western plateau. Our corner of the earth.
In 600 feet, use the left lane to merge onto Canton Road. Use the left lane to merge onto Canton Road, then turn left after Canton Road, Muffler and Auto. After Canton Road, Muffler and Auto, turn left onto Kurtz Road.
See what I'm talking about? This the blessed land over here. I'm just putting the water out back there. So that's what I wanted to say about Eber. Eber supposed to be I think he's the father or grandfather of Abraham. And see, they say Eber crossed over some water and got here. What water they talking about? They want you to think he's talking about the Mediterranean. But nah, it ain't talking about no damn Mediterranean. They talking about coming across that Atlantic. And right there, goddamn, in Ireland, they got all of the Atlantic and shit over there. I think Ireland might be the Atlantic. They probably took that land, took that island. That's where our folk was at. They hover over the souls of our ancestors together. That's what the fuck they do. You hear me? That's what the fuck they do. That would make them islands so royal. Then they come back and name it Ireland. Our land. They took it and now it's our land, now it's their land.
At the next light, use the left 2 lanes to turn left.
All you gotta do is just break their head down. You'll figure this shit out. The Atlantis is ours. Right there, somewhere close, that's where they had to drop their water. I think they bombed that bitch and did something to it. And dropped that land. They don't even want you to know they got them Ireland and Scotland is one land. The Scotia plate was way down there by South America when they made up that bullshit about goddamn tectonic plates and all that fuck shit. How the goddamn Scotia plate float way back up there and reconnect with Ireland? Ireland and Scotland is connected, man. That shit connected.
At the light, turn left onto Piedmont Road.
They don't want you to know that shit. They don't want you to know what the fuck time it is. So when you start dealing with Britain, the British, that thumbnail showing y'all what a true Britain looked like back in them days, because there were Negroes over there. These motherfuckers coming out of these Vikings and barbarian, these hoes coming out of the mountains somewhere, man. Savages, eating each other up. They're the cannibals. They say you are those. You done left your homeland and traveling on the motherfucking, and traveling on the flat waters, traveling and going and creating agriculture on this earth. Irrigation system, agriculture, temples. You're building mounds, you're building pyramids and shit that's aligned with the stars. So you the star people. These people ain't no star people. These people ain't came from no stars. On the star you gonna see them fuck with a Hollywood star out there on that concrete, on that ground. They can't get to the stars. They calcified. They decompose until they whatever energy they got, them moon motherfucking lunar ass motherfuckers over there in the east, whatever energy they got, it goes right on to the ground with they goddamn bodies. Our souls don't go to the ground. Our souls go back to the melanated heavens. Our energy don't die. We going back. That's why they say return to the heaven. We going right back through that sun, through the Father, the melanated disc, and we gonna correlate and become stars like we supposed to. That's your divinity. That's your divine divinity. They can't stand that. Anyway, that's what a Briton look like. All around the world, them motherfuckers goddamn did the same thing all over the face of the earth. They did the same thing. The Negroes everywhere. The Negro run the knowledge and the power. The power was in the knowledge. That's why you was the God, because you had the power. You had the knowledge. They took your knowledge, flipped it, hid your God, the sun, and started goddamn making it profitable. And told you ain't got to see the earth no more. You just sow your seed right here in this collection plate. Yeah, let us be your daddy. Let us show you gonna always be in debt to us forever. We're gonna show you how to goddamn torture your motherfucker, man. That's what the torch represents, torture. They gonna forever torture our ass till we let them know who the fuck we is, bro. Real talk. Real talk, they gonna forever torture our ass. That nigga Dr. Ben said he was the African. That Dr. Ben, when Dr. Ben said goddamn, there's a connection between Memphis, Memphis, and Memphis, Tennessee. I think the motherfucker knows. He just ain't want to come up on the African shit. He want us to be coming off Africa. Africa ain't got no Black Panther. Africa ain't got no goddamn bronze. Africa ain't got the tight wood that they built them ships with, them original ships they got over there. That's American wood. That's American wood. That shit they got over there came right from those Negroes going over there and put it down in the Sahara Desert and bringing irrigation and agriculture to that land, cultivation to that land. And we did that shit all up in
At the next light, turn right.
There in the east, and we sit in the west. All that going around the back of the water, and all that shit. The Pacific being all around it, all that shit is bullshit. We went right across the mud. We went right across that bitch, across the face of the earth, from the west side to the east side. That's all we did. Went from the goddamn west side to the east side to start cultivating land and sharing knowledge with these motherfuckers. I just told you, we created the bronze. So how could they be the pioneers of the Bronze Age, the dominators of the Bronze Age, when we created this shit and gave it to them? Huh? We created
At the light, turn right onto Bells Ferry Road northeast. Then you'll take your first right into the parking lot.
We created this shit. We created bronze. You hear me? Yeah, we created the bronze. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that.
Turn right into the parking lot.
We created bronze. We created bronze. There wasn't no such thing as bronze till we created bronze. Who are we? Turtle Island, the Americans, Negroes, created bronze. And when they had that goddamn, that World's Fair, they was showing them World's Fair and showing that pyramid out there at the World's Fair. It was lit up with free energy. That's what they took, the free energy thing. They took the free energy thing and made it profitable. And still selling your own power and energy back to you today. That's the power they got. The almighty dollar with the all-seeing eye back there with them sun rays coming from that pyramid with that eye in the middle. Ain't no triangle. Ain't no triangle. Then that's the delta, but it's the sun. It's the O. 360 degrees of knowledge. Huh? It's the sun, bro. And then the sun do its thing with the earth, marinate it and grow those crops. And that ain't who they is, bro. That ain't who they is. But that's all I came to pop. Cause I'm gonna go right back. I'm gonna come right back on this bitch and play this video and let my nigga bust this shit up and show y'all the first pyramids and all that shit. How it come from the mound builders. Like they wanna holler about the mounds, ain't got shit to do with the pyramids. Now you got that. This the development to go into pyramid building. The knowledge had to start somewhere. You ain't just jump and start building no pyramids in Africa, man. The first motherfucking pyramid is the pyramid of Saqqara. That's our shit. That's one of our family. Saqqara. So we are the divine people, and we need to disconnect from these bitches and let them know, fuck your economic system, fuck your globe, fuck your economics, fuck global economics. This shit is not profitable. This shit supposed to be free. That's why the water shafts was up on them pyramids. When they opened up the water shafts, it produced energy. It produced free energy. That's why they had to get rid of Tesla. Talking about a nuclear bomb and all that shit. Fuck nuclear. That man was tapping into free energy. If he would let that shit get out and got into the hands of Hitler and all that old bullshit, they would not be able to be the gods they think they are. Why do you think they got George Washington in the White House painted in the ceiling up there, sitting in heaven like he one of the gods? Sitting up in the motherfucking heavens like he one of the motherfucking gods. Nigga, you know motherfucking God, nigga. You know motherfucking God, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, you know motherfucking God, man. Let me go show y'all what I'm talking about. Show y'all some of this shit I'm talking about. Ain't no motherfucking God. I got ass Eber. That's what them Britons look like. That's what them Britons look like. Them the ones who built that shit over there in Ireland. You see them people? Those them Britons look like. See? They got them in the museum. Those them Britons look like. All across the motherfucking map, melanated people built this shit, and it was the Negroes. Ain't no African did this shit. Ain't no Middle Easterns did this shit. We did this shit, and they took over our shit, stomped us out. Like I told you, they did this to Negroes all over the world. And they finally came and took the motherland and have enslaved us forever within an economic system. Yeah, debt. Little child born into debt. That's how this shit go. Yeah, that's how this shit go. That's how this shit go. Let me go through this shit. I'm gonna get up out this bitch. Here go some of our shit over there in Britons. What them dumb ass goddamn cave folk know about some shit like this? What they know about some shit like this? Not a motherfucking thing. That's what's over in Ireland. That's what they had. That's what they had. That's what they had. This motherfucker here finna do. That's what they had from Ireland. Is Atlantis theory. But they got all Atlantis shit over there up on them motherfuckers. I got a screenshot of some of the goddamn shit over there with some of our motherfucking symbols and shit on. I got it. Hey, you know, ain't let a nigga through this hole. I got it. But I'm gonna come back later on and drop that shit. I'm gonna come back later because I wanna get over here to my nigga Truth. You know what I'm talking about? I wanna get out here to my nigga Truth. Look at that pyramid. It's a pyramid back there with that goddamn the bird with the wings on that motherfucker with the bird with the head turned like yeah, that's where all this shit come from. Then look right there. That's how the Ku Klux Klan. That's how the Ku Klux Klan made their uniform. That's why I always look at that goddamn when they painted that goddamn chicken white and Washington D.C. I said that shit like a goddamn Ku Klux, like they got two eyes on that motherfucker. That's how they made their little sheet, their little hooded sheet, like our pyramid. It look just like their little hoods with the little point on the top. With the little two eyes. See what I'm saying? That's the Ku Klux Klan. That's their hood. That's their hood. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. That's their hood. When I used to look at that watching myself, I said, hey, come on, look like a goddamn Ku Klux Klan uniform. It's like a Ku Klux Klan uniform. What you want me to do? Yeah, it's like a Ku Klux Klan uniform. Like a Ku Klux Klan uniform. But let me get up out this video. Cause my nigga gonna drop me. I'm gonna goddamn go get that video and come back. We're gonna drop this shit. We're gonna drop this shit. Look at that. That bird again. That a bird again. That a bird again. That's our symbol. That's our stamp. We stamped this motherfucker. We stamped our shit. We stamped our shit on the ass. That's the logo. That bird with the open wings, that's our logo. That's our motherfucking logo, Mike. They know it. They know it. But it's gonna be powerful though. That's why I'm gonna replay that bitch and listen to it while I pick this goddamn cut. That's what I'm gonna do. While I pick this motherfucking cut. While I pick this motherfucking cut, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I picked this motherfucking car. Y'all did. Yeah. My nigga be dropped. That nigga out of truth. That nigga's my ain't no sign. That nigga out of truth. See that summer back there? Look, see that summer right there? All across the world, these buildings already here. When they came back over here, that's when they started tapping into what we really had going on, free energy. Wasn't charging nobody for no motherfucking power, no water, and all that old bitch ass shit. The knowledge was the power. That made you the God. You was the powerful God because you had the knowledge. You had been interacting with this shit and building mounds according to the stars. So that means you already the astrologer, the alchemist. Then they go there. Let me show y'all something about how this sophistication shit works. See, sophistication is not sophisticated as y'all think it's supposed to be. See, that ain't sophisticated. That ain't what sophisticated is. Sophisticated is some bullshit. See, and that's the only way they can get you. Make you think they got something they ain't got and all this old shit with that sophisticated shit. You're a fascinated guy regarding the structures of the water, early electrical and interact, but let's separate the documents engineering from the theories. Water is an essential part. I know it is. 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 I want to get into we're gonna go over all this shit. I'm gonna go back over all this shit. I just want to show you sophistication. Economic relates to economy. I know it. I know it. And that's all it's about. Money. Money. That's what they made it about. That's why I need to be so stressed out around this whole fundamental wrong basic elements, nature, and the monetize of profit. The tension between natural abundance and economic control. That's what it is. They done made you a part of this shit. You're pointing out a deep Marxist reliance on convenience. Okay, it's convenient. I know I am. Why did? You're okay, hitting them right there. We're gonna bust their ass up right there. You're hitting on a literal definition of the word sophistication comes from sophistry. That comes from a goddamn the god Sophia. And they copped that god from Chakma. They copped that from us. And they ain't goddamn put the trick on it. Which means using clever but false arguments to trick people. Modern society absolutely uses it as a polished veneer to over-complement things, overchange people, and make basic natural things look inferior. It sells, you see what I'm saying? False shit. Make their shit look sophisticated, make it look like they know something. The bitches don't know nothing. That what sophisticated mean, bro. That's the meaning of sophistication. You understand that? That's the meaning of sophistication. They come from sophistry. Huh? The root of sophistication comes from Sophia, the Greek word for wisdom. They got wisdom, they got all of them. You all got to do is keep on retracing it back, and they're going to go right back to you, right back to the Holy Land, right over here where we at, and everything going to go right back to the motherfucking sun. They got it from Chakma. Chakma, you see that? That's where it come from. That's the wisdom. The owl. They got all that from us. See that? But anyway, we gonna goddamn get on up out this bitch. We gonna get on up out this motherfucker, right? And I'm gonna goddamn go drop that video. And we gonna listen to it. I am. Y'all welcome to come back and check that motherfucker out. Y'all gonna come back and check that motherfucker out. In a few minutes. We gonna come back and check that motherfucker out. In a few motherfucking minutes, believe that. So that nigga dropped some signs on this bitch. He gonna show you Tesla and all that shit. How Tesla got, they gonna show you all that shit. I said, boom. Truth don't need no motherfucking help.